Sense and Sensibility is widely regarded as one of the most influential works in English literature. Its exploration of themes such as love, wisdom, and dignity have been relevant across the years and have inspired many generations of readers. Today, we will explore the impact of this classic work on literature and culture, as well as its various adaptations in various forms of media. As a tale of love and social expectations, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen puts the romantic conventions of its era to the test. Follow the Dashwood sisters on their journey, as they attempt to strike a balance between sense and sensibility. Join us in our exploration of the remarkable themes and characters of this classic novel, and in recognizing the life and impact of its author, Jane Austen. Jane Austen was a renowned English author whose life and works were impacted by the social norms of her period. In her book Sense and Sensibility, Austen addressed the burden put on women to make a marriage based on financial comfort rather than affection. Through her vibrant characters and writing, Austen aimed to query traditional protocols and give a more detailed view of the role of women in the society. Elinor and Marianne Dashwood, the two sisters at the center of Jane Austen's masterpiece, represent two distinct sides of human nature. Elinor, the elder of the two, is portrayed as sensible and practical, whereas Marianne is more emotional and impassioned. Through their respective romantic relationships, Austen elegantly employs the two sisters to illustrate the contrast between sensibility and sense. Elinor is drawn to Edward Ferrars, who shares her prudent and reasonable disposition, while Marianne becomes entranced by the debonair but irresponsible Mr. Willoughby. In Jane Austen's masterpiece, the contrast between sense and sensibility is a consistent motif. Elinor and Marianne offer contrasting outlooks on life, with Elinor embodying reason and sensibility, and Marianne exemplifying emotion and ardor. Additionally, the novel also delves into the female role in early 19th century England, depicting a multifaceted and complicated view of the traditional roles and the institution of marriage. Elinor and Marianne Dashwood traverse the world of Sense and Sensibility, a realm whose landscapes and social class structure influence them in profound ways. Jane Austen paints pictures of rural English landscapes and highlights the disparity across social classes with a realism that allows readers to experience the emotions of the characters and the hardships of their task, to remain true to themselves while contending with the complexities of society. Soaring wit and clever irony fuel Jane Austen's beloved classic Sense and Sensibility. Her iconic characters, along with her use of satire and social commentary, remain as relevant today as when the novel was first written 2 centuries ago. Take a look at the character of John Dashwood, for example. Through his portrayal, Austen questions the obsession with money and possessions in her society. Her unmistakable wit and timeless themes make Sense and Sensibility a masterpiece for all ages. The power of love and marriage in Sense and Sensibility is a central theme in the novel. In this story, Jane Austen reveals its complexity through the contrasting relationships of her two main protagonists, Elinor and Marianne Dashwood, and the two men that vie for their affections. Elinor's practical sensibilities lead her to develop a sensible relationship with Edward Ferrars, while Marianne's passionate nature cause her to be attracted to the dashing John Willoughby. At first, Willoughby seems to be a perfect example of a romantic partner. However, as the story progresses, his true colors are revealed and it becomes clear that his initial romantic gestures were nothing more than a facade. In stark contrast, Edward Ferrars remains steadfast and loyal to Elinor throughout the novel, even though it is eventually revealed that he is already engaged to another. Through these plot twists, Austen emphasizes that it is not only attraction and charm that make up a healthy and successful relationship, but also mutual understanding, trust, and reliability. Societal expectations are a major theme in Jane Austen's novel Sense and Sensibility. Characters like Lucy Steele and Fanny Dashwood represent the pressures that women of the time had to endure, driven by the necessity to marry well and secure their financial stability, as well as the social expectation to remain passive to their husbands. We shall examine how such demands influence the characters and their decisions during the story. I'm sure we can all relate to the importance of money in Sense and Sensibility. Money exerts a great influence on the lives of the Dashwood sisters and their relationships with those around them. Through this text, we can better understand the true weight of economic need and how it can even affect matters of the heart. Marianne, in particular, experiences a painful betrayal because of her lack of financial security. As a result, the message of this novel is made even more powerful, sending a poignant reminder of the influence financial security has on our lives. Elinor and Marianne Dashwood, the two sisters of Jane Austen's novel Sense and Sensibility, embody the novel's major themes of sense and sensibility. Elinor is often portrayed as reserved and cautious, always putting others before herself. Throughout the novel, she is faced with many situations which result in her learning to express her emotions more openly and take risks for her own happiness. Marianne, however, starts out as impulsive and passionate, disregarding the expectations of society. Throughout her journey, she learns the value of balance and restraint and undergoes a process of self-discovery. The individual journeys and development of the two sisters demonstrate the importance of understanding and balancing both sense and sensibility. Exploring further into Sense and Sensibility, family is an essential theme that runs throughout the novel. At its center lies the unbreakable bonds between the Dashwood sisters, as they rely on each other for support, in stark contrast to their half-brother John and his wife, whose lives are driven by their greed and materialistic outlook. In the end, Elinor and Marianne find solace and contentment as they are both wed and surrounded by their family. Jane Austen's timeless work of art emphasizes the value of family and the power of sibling connections. Jane Austen in Sense and Sensibility brings to light the impact of reputation and how it drives the behavior of the characters. Women especially felt the burden to preserve their standing, as seen with Marianne Dashwood, who acts outrageously and puts her esteem in danger. Her sister Elinor, in comparison, reckons the value of public opinion and urges her to act accordingly. The male characters in the book as well face issues due to their reputation. Colonel Brandon is questioned based on his past, while John Willoughby's warm and amiable persona is shown to be an illusion. Through these examples, Austen highlights the importance of public opinion and how it has a major part in the characters' lives. At the conclusion of our exploration of Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, we have witnessed the triumph of love and integrity in the face of societal norms and material wealth. We have followed the story's main characters and watched as their respective plots ultimately resolve in a satisfying and powerfully moving manner. The narrative highlights the importance of values such as family, friendship, and loyalty in leading an enriched and meaningful life. It has been a privilege sharing this journey with you. Sense and Sensibility is Jane Austen's iconic masterpiece, and has been adapted to the big and small screen many times over the years. The 1995 Ang Lee film starring Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet, and the 2008 BBC miniseries with Hattie Morahan and Charity Wakefield have both been celebrated for their faithfulness to the original story, as well as their beautiful visuals. Despite this, some critics have argued that these adaptations do not capture the emotional complexity of the novel. Nevertheless, Jane Austen's works remain a popular part of our culture, and these adaptations demonstrate that her stories remain as relevant and captivating today as they were when first published. Sense and Sensibility is one of Jane Austen's most iconic works and still retains its relevance with readers due to its dynamic themes of love, societal expectations and the balance between sense and sensibility. It has been adapted to film, television and stage many times, each providing its own exploration and interpretation of the story. From the Academy Award-winning screenplay of Emma Thompson, to contemporary retellings such as the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, Sense and Sensibility remains an ageless classic that continues to encourage fresh generations of authors and artists. Jane Austen's novels are a staple of the literary canon due to her intricate storylines and vivid characters. Sense and Sensibility is a great example of this craftsmanship, as it highlights the bond between Elinor and Marianne Dashwood, sisters with starkly different personalities. Austen's keen eye for the implications of wealth and reputation upon society is also showcased in this timeless piece. Despite its original publication over 2 centuries ago, Sense and Sensibility has remained a beloved classic, continuing to fascinate readers of all backgrounds. Sense and Sensibility is an exquisite novel that explores themes of love, marriage, societal expectations, and the balance between sense and sensibility. Jane Austen's writing style and use of language give the novel its unique tone and mood, while family, reputation, and money come into play in the characters' decisions and relationships. Through the journey of growth and development of the main characters, Elinor and Marianne Dashwood, the novel has adapted to popular culture. It is not only a masterpiece of literature, but also a reflection of the values of society during the time of Jane Austen. Its lasting legacy reflects the everlasting power of storytelling. This presentation has hopefully given a deeper appreciation for Sense and Sensibility and its author, Jane Austen.